Welcome back. All right. We got a lot of students here. First group of students are just pure gold. I mean, they're excellent. Not your usual group. Nice to see, though. Then we have a couple of young ladies that just simply personified. I mean, it started out good. I thought, oh, hey, maybe I got some gems here too. But then they personified all that is wrong. I mean, they started spewing out all the social buzz phrases and words and that have infested the minds. You can tell they got it, I mean, straight out of the college professor's mouth crap that they're believing here. So it deteriorated quickly. And right behind them comes a group of kids that you can tell that the three of them just didn't want to buy what I was saying, and I'm not so sure the fourth one did either, but at least he wasn't a complete asshole. It may even take some of the stuff I've taken and look it up and question it, but yeah, who knows. Just trying to plant seeds as I do, you know, so that's what I do out there, you know that. You like my videos? Yes, of course you do. That's why you hit the like button, isn't it? Yes. And of course, it's why you go buy something, isn't it? You are going to go buy something, aren't you? Sure you are. You better. Otherwise, I won't be able to stay out there because I need to make up some shortfalls. You know, I got some equipment that was damaged, and I need to get the money together to go out to, you know, so I can be out there this weekend. So help me out. Go to my shop and get, you know, some of my products, and then you know, or just contribute to my PayPal. It's always a good thing to do. So like it, care if you share, subscribe if you haven't, and resubscribe, and hit the like, you know, and hit the bell button so you know when news coming up, and all the good stuff that you hear every time you go someplace to any of these YouTube channels and someone tells you what the hell to do. Apparently people need to be retold over and over again. Anyway, that's it. I love you all. God bless you. Thanks for stopping by, and let's get on the streets. So are you guys still in school, I take it, or what are you doing? Oh yeah, we're on a choir trip right now. We're going to sing at the... terrific. We're going to sing right next to the cafe here in a little bit. Terrific. Yeah. Very good. But I think, I don't know, I think that the left is kind of shooting themselves in the foot. Don't you think? I mean, they're going a little bit overboard. The Green New Deal. I mean, do you guys even believe in global warming? It could happen eventually because the sun, I mean, it gets bigger very, very slowly, but... Yeah, it's the sun, it's not us. Yeah, I mean, I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, it's been a few thousand years. Right. Like, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. So you guys actually believe in real science. I mean... Well, that's terrific. That's kind of see that. Let me applaud your teachers. Yes. Yeah. Well, I heck you're listening to. I don't know. Yeah, because I mean, I just cannot get over the fact that there are people out there that believe people can affect the temperature of the planet. Yeah. Huh? I mean, I really don't think there's a way. I mean, the atmosphere is kind of... You can't really break the atmosphere. It's something that just stays there. Like, I don't know. Yeah, well, you brought it up. It's the sun, which has been there for, you know, like just any tilt or expansion or, you know, solar. How does ice melt? With heat. So, I mean. Yeah, indeed. It's not because our, I mean, I know it's Scott. Thank you. Thank you. You said it all right there. So. Yeah. I can't say more. Like that's just it. I know it leaves me speechless too. I go, what you did? You believe what? Yeah, got to quit using hairspray or something. I don't know. All right. nice talking to you.
Oh, yeah. Let me give you guys a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton.
Oh, man, nice.
Yeah, this is good for any crime in the world.
All right.
Yeah, and on the back is my YouTube channel.
Okay. Oh, my God.
Check yourselves out.
All right.
You'll be on it. And, see what I do with the snowflakes out here.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Guys.
That's
a very admirable profession. You don't go in that get rich. You actually want to help people.
Well, that's the goal.
Thank you. And what do you think of my work?
Sorry.
And what do you think?
I love. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much.
I love engaging in healthy discussions.
Yeah, that's probably the most popular, I think. Yeah, so I mean, but most colleges are kind of liberal, aren't they?
Ours is.
Is it?
Yeah.
And you deal with that how?
Well, I consider myself to be liberal.
Do you really?
I think that I fit in pretty well. Yeah, me too.
But and I'm curious now because there's a lot of rancor discourse right now that goes on. And I grew up a northeastern blue collar liberal. So, but I've watched it drift over time now. I don't recognize them anymore. I mean, things like the Green New Deal.
Yeah, I think politics in general changes a lot over time and is dependent on the generations that make up the people who are voting. And I think that our generation specifically wants very different things than the previous one. And I think that's evident.
But shouldn't you obviously learn from previous generations?
Yeah, I think we should, but I also think it's hard to do when we weren't personally there, when we only see the aftermath and we don't see what it took to come to the situation or the decisions that were made.
You see, this is where again, because of now things are so instant, the destruction of the past kind of wipes out things that we should learn, like taking down the statues. I mean, you're wiping out history there.
Yes, but if history is toxic and...
Whoa. What does that mean?
If history engages in political ideologies that are racist.
And what does that mean? In other words, shouldn't we learn from that? And who determines that? And isn't that an individual thing? Because I hear a lot about this systemic racism, and I don't see it. I mean, racism is an individual thing, and people that are racist, people shun. Period. There are no Nazis running around. There are no white supremacists running around anymore.
I would beg to differ. I think that there are. In our government. You already got
where? Who?
Our president.
What has he done that's racist? Because he has...
People can't be racist. Institutions are racist.
Well, excuse me, but he has...
We gotta go.
Wait.
Have a good day.
You're wrong, lady. You should grow up and learn. Hi there. Where are you from? Where? France. France?
Yes.
You got your own problems. You have your own problems right now.
A lot of problems.
Problems, the yellow jackets.
Yellow jackets, yes.
Yes. Indeed. How you doing, guys?
Hey, good. How are you?
You guys all going to school? Still?
Yeah.
Where at?
Where do you want us to go to school at?
Someplace that actually teaches you something would be nice. I'd hate to see you all be getting indoctrinated. Yeah, I mean, I just tried to speak to a young lady there that was, senior, and tried to make some sense of what she was talking about how this new generation is all taking over and how, we're rectifying all the things in the past. I says, yeah, destroying the past. She goes, well, if the past is toxic and it's racist, it should be destroyed. I says, no, you learn from the past. You shouldn't be destroying statues. No, we have to take down things that are racist. I says, well, who determines that?
What was she referring to exactly?
Well, that's what I was trying to find out. That's the problem. I try to find it out is the big problem because it's all a big, broad picture. It's like this, I don't know where you guys stand, but, things like the Green New Deal.
New Deal.
The Green New Deal?
What is that?
You don't know about the Green New Deal?
Never heard of it.
Oh. That might be a good thing. That might be saying something for your sanity.
Okay.
You know, you're familiar with Octavia Cortez, Alexandria Octavia Cortez, representative from New York, who's basically taken over the Democratic Party.
Sure.
Yeah. She was the initiator of the Green New Deal. Now, the Green New Deal is basically saying we need to get rid of all combustible engines. We have to do away with fossil fuels. We have to have all renewable energy. We have to retrofit every house, every building in the United States to have green energy.
So why is that not admirable to you then?
It's impossible for one.
Well, maybe impossible, but sure, but we can still progress towards that, you think? Because these things will deplete and get used up.
Well,
I mean, that's a simple fact.
Oh, really?
I believe so.
You think so? You see, that's the simplicity of the facts that you have that do not match with reality. Because
well, I understand that reality is totally different from imagination and the things that sound good. I get that.
Indeed. That's why I'm saying the imagination, the Green New Deal is just that.
But
let me ask you a question. Do you believe in man-made global warming?
Of course.
Of course.
Yes.
Did you believe in?
Can I ask you a simple, basic, scientific question?
Okay.
Okay. Man-made global warming, right? It's supposed to be because man produces too much CO2. Am I correct?
Yeah. Or chlorofluorocarbons, they say. It's depleting the...
Yeah, but the big thing is CO2. That's what they tax. That's what they say we have to reduce.
Right.
We have a carbon footprint. Am I correct?
Right.
Okay. Number one. There's too much CO2 in the air, correct?
I think so.
Okay. How much CO2 is in the air at this current time?
I can't answer that.
Well, if you can't answer that, then how can you tell me it's too much of it?
But it's different in every place.
No, there's not.
There definitely is.
There is?
That's why there's a hole, like a specific concentrated hole in the ozone layer.
How much is there on average in the atmosphere?
But the average isn't the problem.
Again, I'm trying to get an answer here. You can't give me one, and I'm going to tell it to you because I started the Institute for Environmental Alternatives in 1971 with Professor Ron Cohn.
You founded it?
I started it with Professor Ron Cohn, lived with scientists for 3.5 years, and studied this stuff, and probably have forgotten more than most people know about it. So when I ask basic scientific questions, and you can't give me an answer, and you start talking about, well, there's different places, it's different things, different times. You're just bullshit me because you don't know the answer. Sure. It's 0.04%, less than half of 1%. It's been that way for several hundred years.
But how dangerous?
And
how dangerous?
Well, I'm going to give it to you.
All right, tell me.
Okay. CO2 is a basic element of life.
Right.
We breathe it out, and they breathe it in. It is a reciprocal gas, so it doesn't change. It goes in and out. The more CO2, the more plants. The more plants, the more food. We eat more. Plants love it. They breathe out oxygen. We breathe in oxygen. Ooh! Without CO2, we die. You reduce the CO2 levels, and you kill the plants. So, let me finish. Okay? So why do they pick on CO2? With all the other gases in the atmosphere, water vapor being the most, they never mention, and then here's something you can all look up, and I will challenge you to do this. Okay? With all the other gases, why do they pick on CO2? Because it's the one thing they can blame on us. Oh, you produce too much CO2. We got to charge you a tax. We got to put a tax on you. We got to reduce your energy. Well, they can do that. If they control the amount of energy, they can control us. It's all about control. It has nothing to do with science. Because that big yellow thing in the sky, has more to do with global warming than we will ever do. We are like a flea fart on the back of a dog when it comes to controlling the temperature of this world. We have nothing to do with that. One volcano spews out more CO2 than we produce since the time we began. So we have no effect on this, and here's why, again, why they do it. It is all about control. As long as they control our use of energy. But here's something. Who's they? The powers that be. Because here's the deal.
Who is that then?
Who controls things? It is the corporations. It is the money, the banker people. It is the bankers and the corporations. They're the ones that control the energy. So if they can control their energy and make it a scarce commodity, they can raise the price on it. So when they control that, but here's something I want you to all look up. And then you're going to have a question. Why the hell haven't we heard about this before? Look this up. Weather modification programs. And you will find, going back to 1991, government and private weather modification programs trying to control the weather.
For what purpose?
Are you kidding me? If you can control the weather, you can control crop yield. So what can you do then? How much money can you make then? How many people could you starve out? How many wars could you win without firing a shot? It's all about control. You have to understand, and here's the bottom line. I'm going to give it to you real cold and hard, okay?
Got it.
They don't need us anymore. The only reason they've kept us around this long is because they needed slave labor. With the advent of AI, robotic technology, they don't need us anymore. So they have to get rid of us. What do they want to do? One, control the energy. That way they can put us in little cities and say, this is what you can do, and give it, here's a little GMO food you can eat. And then we start getting sicker and sicker. And they can kill us with soft kill weapons. But look up, again, look up weather modification programs and ask why you never hear about it in any of the global warming projects. Look up weather weapons.
Thank you for educating me, sir.
All right.
Make America great again.
Hey, hope you liked that one. If you did, of course, hit the like button, share it, people know I'm out there, and then go contribute, or go purchase one of my items designed to help me spread the message and help me to stay out there. So thank you for stopping by. God bless you. And you know what it is, you're going to see me again shortly, because I got a lot of videos here to edit, and I'll see you on the street soon.